Before I say anything else, if you found this video, I need you to stop scrolling right now, not because of the title, not because of the thumbnail, but because of something I genuinely believe with everything in me. You did not find this video by accident. There is no such thing as coincidence when it comes to a soul like yours. Did you know that across every ancient civilization on this earth, from the Egyptians to the Greeks, from the Hebrews to the Native Americans, every single one of them believed in the same thing, that certain souls are placed on this earth already chosen, already marked, already set apart before they even drew their first breath. Most people scroll past this kind of message without a second thought, but you stopped, and that tells me everything I need to know about you. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you are going to understand things about yourself that will bring you to tears, fill you with peace, and finally make sense of everything you have been going through. If you're new here, first, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Before we dive in, I want to ask you one thing. Please take a second right now and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell so you never miss a message, because what we talk about here is not entertainment. It is not background noise. It is a space I created specifically for people like you, the ones who feel things deeply, who carry more than most people could ever understand, and who sometimes wonder why life has been so incredibly hard for someone with such a good heart. So go ahead, subscribe, because this community is your community. Now let's get into it. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever felt like you were made for something bigger, but you couldn't quite explain what it was? Have you ever looked around at the people in your life and felt like you were somehow different, not better, not worse, just different, like you see things other people don't see, like you feel things at a level that other people can't quite reach? Like no matter how many rooms you walk into, part of you always feels like you're on the outside looking in. If any of that resonates with you, I want you to take a breath right now, because what I'm about to tell you is not something I say lightly. You are one of God's chosen ones, and I know that phrase gets thrown around a lot. I know it can sound like something people say to make themselves feel special. But I'm not talking about ego. I'm not talking about being better than anyone else. I'm talking about something ancient, something real, something that has been written in the fabric of your soul since before you were born. Here is what the spiritual texts, the ancient wisdom traditions, and even modern psychology all agree on, though they use very different words to say it. There are people in this world who are built differently at a soul level. They are the ones who feel the weight of other people's pain as if it were their own. They are the ones who lie awake at night, thinking about things most people never think about. They are the ones who have been through trials that should have broken them, and somehow they are still standing. If that is you, then what you have been living through is not bad luck. It is not a punishment, it is preparation. And I need you to really hear that word, preparation. Because everything you have endured, every betrayal, every loss, every season where it felt like the ground was crumbling beneath your feet, none of it was random. None of it was wasted. Every single chapter of your life, including the painful ones, has been shaping you, strengthening you, and positioning you for something that only you can do. Let's talk about some of the signs, because I think part of you already knows what I'm talking about. You felt it, you just needed someone to confirm it for you. The first sign is that you have always felt a pull towards something deeper. Other people seem content with the surface of life, the job, the routine, the small talk, but you have always wanted more meaning, more truth, more connection. You ask the questions that other people are afraid to ask. Why am I here? What is the point of all this? Is this really all there is? That hunger inside of you is not a problem. It is a compass. It is God's way of keeping you moving in the right direction. The second sign is that you attract broken people. Everywhere you go, somehow the people who are hurting find their way to you. Strangers open up to you on airplanes. Friends come to you in their darkest hours. People seem to sense, on some level they can't even articulate, that you are safe. That you are real, that you carry something they need. This is not a burden, even though sometimes it feels like one. It is a gift. You are a light, and light draws the people who are lost in the dark. The third sign, and this one is important, you have survived things that were meant to destroy you. I don't know what that looks like in your specific story. Maybe it was a relationship that took everything from you. Maybe it was a health scare that changed your entire perspective. Maybe it was a season of loneliness so deep it felt like you were invisible to the world. Whatever it was, you came out the other side, maybe with scars, probably with wisdom you didn't ask for. But you are here, and that is not an accident. The enemy does not waste attacks on people who don't matter. The storms in your life are proof of the power inside of you. Now I want to talk about something that not enough people discuss when they talk about being chosen. And that is the loneliness that comes with it. Because no one tells you that part, do they? No one tells you that the path of a chosen soul is often the loneliest road you will ever walk. People misunderstand you. Relationships fall apart in ways that seem unfair. You find yourself pulling away from circles that once felt comfortable because somewhere along the way you outgrew them, not because you think you're better, but because you changed. You evolved, and not everyone evolves with you. There have probably been seasons in your life where you looked around and felt completely alone, where you cried out and wondered if anyone, including God, was even listening. I want to speak directly to that place in you right now. That loneliness, it is part of the process. When God is pruning a tree, He removes the branches that are no longer bearing fruit. That feels like loss, that looks like abandonment, but it is actually alignment. Every person, every opportunity, every chapter that has fallen away from your life has made room for what is coming next. And what is coming next is greater than anything you have lost. Let me tell you something about the timing of your life. One of the hardest things about being a chosen soul is that your timeline almost never matches everyone else's. You look around, and it seems like people around you are hitting milestones, getting what they want, building what they dreamed of, and you're still waiting. Still being prepared, still in the process, and you start to wonder if you missed something, if you made a wrong turn somewhere. If maybe you were wrong about who you are, please hear me on this. You are not behind, you are not forgotten. You are being held in a process that is building something in you that cannot be rushed. A diamond is not formed quickly. It is formed under unimaginable pressure over an extraordinary amount of time. And when it finally emerges, there is nothing on this earth that can compare to it. That is what is happening in your life right now. The pressure you have been under is not destroying you. It is defining you. It is making you into something rare, something precious, something that will shine in ways you cannot even imagine from where you are standing right now. I also want to talk about your sensitivity, because I know that for a lot of you, your emotional depth has felt like a weakness. You feel things so intensely. Other people seem to move through the world without being deeply affected by things that shake you to your core. You've probably been told that you're too sensitive, too emotional, that you need to toughen up, build thicker walls, stop letting things get to you. I want to say something to that right now. Your sensitivity is not your weakness. It is your superpower. The very thing that makes you feel so deeply is the same thing that makes you capable of extraordinary compassion. Extraordinary creativity, extraordinary love, the most powerful healers, leaders, teachers, and change makers in human history were people who felt deeply, people who were moved, people who could not look away from the suffering in the world because they felt it as their own. Your sensitivity is not something you need to fix. It is something you need to protect, nurture, and ultimately unleash. Now I want to speak into your current season, because I don't know exactly where you are right now, but I have a feeling, and bear with me here, that something has recently shifted. Something in your life has been brought to an end, or you are in a waiting period that is testing everything you have. Or you are standing at a crossroads, and you genuinely don't know which way to go, maybe all three. What I need you to understand is that you are at the threshold. You have been in the wilderness, you have done the work, maybe without even realizing that's what you were doing. You have been stripped down to your core, forced to face yourself, forced to release things that were holding you back, forced to trust something you couldn't see. And now you are approaching the other side, the season of harvest, the season of overflow. The season where the things you have been praying for, hoping for, quietly believing for even when it made no logical sense, those things are beginning to move. You are not almost there, you are there, you are standing right at the door, and what God is asking of you in this moment is simply this: do not give up. Do not turn around now. Do not let fear or exhaustion or the voice that tells you that you've been fooling yourself convince you to abandon your post. You have come too far and been through too much to stop now. Let me speak to those of you who have been through betrayal, because I know some of you are carrying wounds that were put there by people you trusted completely, people who should have protected you, people who knew exactly how to hurt you because they knew exactly who you were. I want to say something that might be hard to hear, but stay with me. That betrayal was allowed. It was not good. It was not right, but it was allowed because God knew that the version of you that existed before that betrayal was not yet capable of carrying what He has prepared for you. The wound broke you open, and through that opening, things were released from your life that needed to go, old patterns, old wounds, old agreements about who you were and what you deserved. The person who hurt you did not stop your destiny, they accidentally accelerated it. You are also someone who carries a deep knowing, a spiritual intuition that other people don't quite have. You sense things before they happen. You know when something is off even when you can't explain it. You pick up on the energy in a room the moment you walk in. You have dreams that sometimes feel like more than just dreams. You have had moments of clarity that felt like they came from somewhere outside of you. This is not your imagination. This is not you being dramatic. This is your spirit communicating with the divine. This is the channel that God has opened in you, and the more you learn to trust it, the more powerful it becomes. I want to close this with something that I hope you carry with you long after this video ends. You came into this world with a specific purpose. Not a vague, general purpose, a specific one. There is something that you are meant to do, something you are meant to heal, something you are meant to build, something you are meant to say, that no one else on this earth can do in the exact way that you can do it. Your story, all of it, the beautiful parts and the broken parts, is the very thing that qualifies you for that purpose. You are not waiting to become ready. You already are. The world needs what you carry. The people in your life need what you carry. And I genuinely believe, that the fact you are watching this right now is a sign that it is time. Time to stop shrinking. Time to stop apologizing for how much you feel and how deeply you care. Time to stop waiting for permission to be who you have always known yourself to be. Time to step into the fullness of everything God placed inside of you. You passed the test. You survived the fire. You came through the wilderness, and now it is time.